At this point, there's no amount of information that I can say, or nothing in particular that I can add to what you already know about manifestation, about the law of attraction, and about quantum leaping, because there is just so much out there. You don't need more. What you do need is you need to sit with yourself and assess what you're doing not wrong per se, or what you're doing that isn't aligned, which is holding you back, which is why you still feel the urge to click on manifestation videos, right? And so this video will hopefully identify some of the things that kind of pull you back from being able to manifest what it is that you're truly aligned with in your soul's path and journey. One of the major mistakes that we do, and the thing is, I'm getting right into this video, we do not believe in wasting time here. I understand that all of our attention spans are fried, so I really like any line that I say has a lot of importance, and I hope that you treat it that way. So, what a lot of us don't realize when we go about our day is that our reality is literally made up by us. And sure, you've read that our reality is made up by us, and we are made up of frequencies. What does that even mean? So, does that mean that as soon as I start to feel better, as soon as I start to believe that I live in a magic wonderland, everything is going to magically solve itself and there would be no wars? Well, let's start small. The thing is that reality is a persistent illusion. When I say persistent illusion, I mean that no matter how old you are, every single day of your life so far, you have looked at the world with a specific point of view. Why do you think that one day, once you decide to believe something, no matter how much conviction you have, that persistent illusion is going to stick? Your circumstances are not going to change within one day. And of course, it is true that manifestation is instant, but to read somewhere, in order to read somewhere, you have to leave somewhere. And this is how you manifest. If you want, you can close this video, just because I said that, you're not going to wake up tomorrow and be a millionaire. And if you do, that would be amazing, because that means you truly do not realize how this process works. I'm not saying you will never be a millionaire. You will be, if that is what you would want to manifest. The thing is that you will have to go through those steps, which is not torturous. If you are truly aligned, it will not be torturous for you, because for you, those would be the pages of your book, the pages of your autobiography that you would fill out one day. And so the thing is, the key to manifesting your desires is to know that those are going to happen, because that is literally the path that is meant for you. And what's meant for you, no one in the world, there's nothing wrong, nothing in the world that you could do which could take away from what you're meant to align with. And what you're meant to align with is something you decide, not today, not tomorrow, not on any one single day, but cumulatively every single day, which is why it's so important to keep your vibrations high. Now, does that mean that I'm telling you to be a psychotic, always happy, just like, oh my god, like, those people that you run into work, and when you show up to work and they're just like always happy, like in the morning you've just woken up and you're like dead tired, but they're just like full of like sunshine? I'm not telling you to be that. I'm not telling you to freaking smile, put a smile on your face when you're crying and just like be like everything is fine. I'm not telling you to do that. That's crazy. You do not need to do that. What I'm telling you is that you need to feel your emotions, and at the same time, you need to rewrite your reality. The thing is, if something bad happened to me in the past, I can do two things about it. I can either look at it objectively, right, with my limited point of view, and I can say, wow, that was bad. I can victim blame, right? I can say that it was my fault, I can say it was someone else's fault, or I can just like spin the whole thing into feeling bad for myself. And those are all negative outcomes. Nothing good happens like that. I want you to rewrite your freaking reality. I want you to say, that was something that helped me learn, that helped me grow. I hear that this might be tone deaf for some of you, because you're going to be like, wow, this terrible thing happened to me. How can you just tell me to get over it? And just like, I'm not telling you to get over it, but like to rewrite it. I'm saying you can either stick with the hurt from the past, or you can rewrite it as a future strength. I want you to do this second thing, because that is how you rewrite every little obstacle and challenge that you have faced in your life. Because you are a brave and strong person, you've been through stuff, and all of that stuff has led you up to this very moment, which is just a singular point in your journey to where you are eventually meant to be. And I want you to acknowledge that part. This is not where you are meant to go, right? This is not the finish line. This is part of the journey. And I want you to truly enjoy that, truly embody that feeling of knowing that your manifestations are on the way. I want you to keep your frequencies high by knowing the power that is within you. That's it for today's video, but do subscribe, like, and comment if you would like to keep being guided.